Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine Rule. Today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute nosegays. They are made with oranges and whole cloves and they smell amazing. They smell like Christmas. They are going to make the whole room smell like Christmas and they're a great present or you can put it just like on your kitchen table and makes the whole kitchen smell nice. You can put it on a tray of cookies in the middle as like a little centerpiece. It's super duper festive and it's pretty easy to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more tutorials and Vlogmas. I'm doing Vlogmas this year, so that means every day I'm uploading a video until December 24th. So stay tuned for more Vlogmas and also go back and check out my other Vlogmas videos if you're new here. Anyway, let's get started and thanks for watching.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. I have a couple oranges here and it's a very simple craft. Basically what I'm doing is I am scoring or poking a hole in the rind of the orange, and then I'm going to put the cloves in, and I'm just going to make sure that the cloves that I am choosing are all pretty nice and they all look pretty uniform. If depending on the kinds of cloves you get, like they can sometimes be broken or crack or something. So I also would recommend not resting the orange on the table once you've put the cloves in. Like hold it above, because if you rest it on the cloves they can kind of crunch open, which isn't the end of the world, but it definitely looks nicer if they're not broken. So doing this way with the toothpick can help you sort of draw out a pattern, and I'm just going to keep going and keep poking the holes and putting the cloves in. And I'm actually going to answer some Q&A during this tutorial, and the first question here is, what did I study? I studied fashion design, and I studied in New York, and I work in New York. So I work in my field, and I started this channel and teaching Shibori a couple years ago. So that is kind of my story. The second question is, what is your channel about? So my channel is about dyeing and textiles. I have a lot of interests. I like to quilt, I like to sew. I started out with sewing garments. I can do pattern making, I can do all kinds of stuff. So if there's anything you want to see a video on, you can put it in the comments. That would be helpful. My niche is kind of dyeing, and I started my channel because I was doing a lot of videos on Instagram and kind of making them very short. And then, everyone kept saying, oh, you should do YouTube, you should do YouTube. And I just didn't really know a lot about video editing. I'm sure you guys can tell from my videos, I'm not a professional videographer. But I've actually learned a lot, and it's been a really fun challenge for me to break into YouTube, and it's so creative. I really like it. So I like that I can kind of make different kinds of videos and kind of have a theme overall, but it's not like totally restrictive. So what's the next question? It says, are you used to speaking in front of a camera? No, I'm not used to speaking in front of a camera. It's actually really hard. And that is something that I'm getting used to, I guess. And I am used to teaching. Like I said, I teach workshops. So that is kind of like similar, but it's a little bit different. And it's hard to like watch a video and edit a video of yourself and like hear your voice and everything. So you just have to kind of get over it. So that's my question. I mean, that's my answer for that one. So the next question is, what are my favorite things to do? Okay, well, I really love to put on some TV or a movie and mindlessly work on art projects or sewing projects or just tying up shibori. Sometimes you can spend a really long time doing those things, tying up shibori before you put it into the dye vat. And I just kind of like doing that. It's very relaxing for me. And then I also really like to go on walks around the city and around Brooklyn. There's a lot of really beautiful parks, and you can always see really cute dogs and kind of see like what people are wearing. I really like that about New York. So that's that. How often do you plan on publishing? So this is Vlogmas, so I've been doing every day, which is like a lot. And normally before Vlogmas, I was publishing once a week, and I'll probably return to once a week. I'm going to see how I feel in January and February, and maybe I'll do twice a week. I really do like doing videos, but it is kind of a lot of work. My videos that I do take multiple days because they involve, letting things dry and setting things up. And I'm really lucky I have a studio space that I can do all this in. And so anyway, they're kind of a process. So that also makes them kind of hard to edit, because it's like the lighting will be different, or like I'll be wearing a different outfit. I don't think anyone really cares, but it's sort of like kind of an awkward thing. Dyeing is like tricky and it's messy, and also you only get one shot. Okay, so like it's like if like you don't have a very good camera angle but you opened it up, it's like that's done. So I'm definitely learning a lot about that and getting better at video editing. The next question here is, why should people follow your channel? Well, I think that I am trying to bring a lot of practical dyeing information, and I also am trying to kind of like show a little bit more of like who I am, and what it's like to be a working artist in New York or wherever. But I definitely think there is an added element there, and I'm going to be trying to show my personality a little bit more as I do more and more videos. So I would say if you enjoy dyeing and you enjoy textiles, this is a good channel for you. If you enjoy sewing and quilting, those are all my interests, and I just think that they're so fun, and I really love to just do them on the weekends and on my time off. So I love to just share my projects with you guys. And I also share them on Instagram. My handle is @OnyxMatter, and I always put my social media information at the bottom of every video that I do. So if you want to go check it out, you can. And then this says here, will I show my real personality or am I a character? Well, I definitely think I'm going to show my real personality. I have been called a character before. But yeah, I definitely will just be myself and be, myself doing videos that sometimes, you dye something and it doesn't turn out the way you think it should or you think it would. But that's just kind of the way it is. That's kind of how art is. And for me as an artist, the way I've gotten better is just keep going, keep doing art. Even if you do something you don't love, that's totally normal, and just keep going. So that's my answer to that question. Okay, so I put all of the cloves in, and I've done like a fun pattern on them. I did kind of like a geo on one, and the other one I did sort of like some petals on. And I'm going to make a little bow with some ribbon I have, and I'm just kind of like fluffing up the ribbon, fluffing up the bow, getting it nice. So this one I actually just like wrapped around my fingers and then tied another ribbon around the center, and then just twisted the pieces so that they are more fluffed out. So it's not actually a real bow, it's just kind of like. So then I'm just going to trim the ends and get them all nice and pretty, and I'm going to glue it to the top of the bow. I have a few more questions here. One is, what are my plans for 2021? Well, I think for the channel, I want to do more natural dyeing. I'm really, really excited about that, and I have ordered a book that I'm going to read and do some more experimenting with natural dyeing. So I'm really excited about that. It's like a big challenge. Natural dyeing's kind of tricky, and I think that sounds like fun. I also want to try some like eco dyeing, and I have some like natural indigo that a friend of mine grew, and I really want to use that. I'm just like worried to mess it up because it's like natural indigo is kind of hard to get your hands on. It comes only once a year. It's harvested in the fall, and so I have it, and I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I start grinding that up and starting to ferment it. But I think it's going to be a really, really fun process, and I want to document that and have you guys follow along. I also have a lot of test swatches that I have dyed recently, and I think it would be really fun to make a quilt out of them and document that too, because I follow some like really awesome quilters on Instagram, and I like to quilt a lot. I don't really like to follow like patterns so much, but I mean, I can do it. It's just more fun, I think, to like look at the fabric and have it kind of like tell you where it wants to go, and play with the layout and like change it around, and like, you know, step back and squint at it and see like what it looks like all together. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for 2021. And I also probably will do some more ice dyeing. I really, really like the process. It's fun. I want to get more colors and like play with different color combinations, because I think you can make like really sophisticated color combinations. So that is really exciting thing about 2021. So I hope you guys will stay tuned, and I'm excited to do all these new projects and share them with you. So there is another bow that I made there. I did 2 ribbons with that one, and that one was a little more simple. It's just a classic bow. So now I'm just going to trim them and clean up my little workspace and put them in the kitchen so that they can make the whole place smell awesome. Here they are together. I think they look so cute as a pair.
Okay, that concludes today's craft for Vlogmas. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more tutorials and Vlogmas. And thank you so much for watching.